Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield-Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning to you on Monday. Hope the weekend was good. It was a nice weekend. We got an extra hour of sleep, which is great. But then I think about, well, what did we trade that for? Getting dark at 4 o'clock every day for the next 3 months.
Yeah. Well, and we were without power. A lot of people were. There were, I think, like over 1,000 homes without power. We were one of them. And so I was like thrown off when I woke up because I was like, so what time is it actually? Did my phone reset? Did my phone do what it was supposed to do?
Yeah, we lost power early Sunday morning.
Yeah, you were sleeping through it. So
yeah,
you were not as
all's
confused
well that ends
as I.
well.
Yeah. It was. I know. Yeah. Thank you for City Utilities for getting us back online. We will look at the news now. An Ozark woman was found guilty in federal court of illegally providing prescriptions to patients. Kim Hoffer was found guilty of 1 count of conspiracy to use a DEA registration number issued to someone else, as well as conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance without a legitimate medical purpose. She was working at the Christian County Clinic, run by a man indicted by a grand jury of being the biggest prescriber of fentanyl spray in the state in what was a healthcare fraud scheme. Wow. Dozens gathered over the weekend in Berry County to come together to address some growing crime there. Community members and sheriff's deputies helped set up community watch groups. It was the second such meeting in Cassville so that citizens can help law enforcement curb drug use, drug selling, stealing, and hopefully stop some repeat offenders there.
All right.
Big group, though. So it's cool to see that in a small town where a big group of citizens turn out because absolutely that helps law enforcement.
Well, the drug problem is a real one. So that's great. If you have Tyson brand chicken nuggets in your freezer, heads up. Tyson is recalling their breaded Fun Nuggets due to people finding pieces of metal inside. They're dinosaur-shaped nuggets. You can return those to the store for a refund. Some people have reported minor injuries in their mouth, their teeth, after eating some of those. You bite down on a piece of metal, it's not going to end well.
Ouch.
It is that time of year again at your local grocery store. It's the Checkout Hunger campaign benefiting the Ozarks Food Harvest. You know this every year. From now through December 31st, you can add $1, $3, $5 tax-free donation to your grocery bill at multiple local grocery stores, including Apple Market, Country Mart, Harder House, and Price Cutter, just to name a few. So give generously.
Yes. What a sight to see in Crane, Missouri. The small town is playing host to a traveling Smithsonian exhibit from now through December 12th. Community leaders submitted a grant and were chosen to be a part of hosting the Meet Me on Main Street exhibit called Crossroads: Change in Rural America. It's at the Stone County Historical Society Event Center. You can go see it on Thursdays from 10 to 2, or I should say on Thursdays from 10 to 4, and on Saturdays from 10 to 2.
Oh, that's cool. That
cool
might
to
be.
See. Yeah, the Smithsonian is fantastic.
Yeah, I love all things Smithsonian. And, when we were there, we were in D.C. Oh, gosh, it was
14 years ago.
Yeah, it was right after we got married. Yeah.
So no, it was while I was pregnant with Caroline, but before I knew I was pregnant.
Okay, correct. Boy, you got that time.
I don't know. I don't know if you knew that, but I was pregnant while we were there, and I didn't know it at the time. But I know it was 14 years ago because she's 14 years old.
I do remember that now that you mentioned.
There you go.
Well, at any rate, we were there, but the Smithsonian Museum of American History was down for renovation at the time. So we didn't get to go in there. I didn't get to see Archie Bunker's chair. I didn't get to see the actual Star-Spangled Banner because they were working on it and restoring it during that time. The puffy shirt. I missed out on seeing the puffy shirt in person. So there's lots of, I'm going to have to go back because I really want to see the Museum of American History. And I imagine that's the part, some of which is coming to Crane. To be the Main Street exhibit. So we'll have to stop over there and see if maybe the puffy shirt made the trip.
I lived in DC for a season of time. So I did go to all the Smithsonian's and got to check out all of the cool stuff. Made the most of my time there.
Did you see Archie Bunker's chair, and did you know what it was?
I don't know.
See, that's a shame. That's a
See,
shame.
now that I'm married to a historian, we need to go back.
AKA old guy.
Old guy. Some people like to call him that, but not me. I would never call him that.
Hey, it was a successful weekend to Germany for the Kansas City Chiefs, 1 week after a very disappointing loss to the Broncos. I had to bring that up, didn't I? They traveled to Frankfurt to face the Miami Dolphins, beat them 21-14 in front of a big crowd, anxious to see what all this American football is about, because they're used to a different type of football over there. The Chiefs are now 7-2 and in first place in the AFC West. During the game, Travis Kelce only had 14 yards, but it was enough to become the all-time leading receiver in Chiefs franchise history. So that's pretty cool. Good
That is
way
cool.
good on him for that. And then there's this, the football that the rest of the world calls football. Kansas City had the last laugh in the head-to-head battle with St. Louis in St. Louis's very first year ever in Major League Soccer. Sporting KC knocked St. Louis City Soccer Club out of the playoffs with the win yesterday to win the best of 3 series 2-0. It was a disappointing end to a historic first season in the MLS for St. Louis. They finished in first place regular season with the most wins ever for a first-year team, but they couldn't make it out of the first round of the playoffs. Sporting KC got the better of them. And now moves on to the next round. So now I will be rooting for Sporting KC.
It's exciting. All right. Last 2 stories, and they're both fun. I don't know what it is, but I feel very ready for Christmas this year. I think it's because I took a nap on Saturday and I woke up and my kids had all the Christmas stuff out. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But
Everything's
we're not even
up.
to Thanksgiving. Yes, we're not even to Thanksgiving, but my house looks like Christmas. So here are a few stories that you might find of interest. Santa Claus arrived at Bass Pro Shops over the weekend. I feel like that makes it official. Some families have already popped in to get their picture with St. Nick and also some hot chocolate and some cookies like they do at Bass Pro. And sure enough, he's going to be there in Springfield and in Branson from now through Christmas Eve. Can you believe it?
That makes sense. And then he's got work
Mr.
to do.
Foreheads. It's already time. It's not even Thanksgiving
He's
yet.
got work to do. I remember we used to go there every year with the kids when they were youngsters and get their picture taken. We have a picture of Griffin crying on Santa's lap while big sisters were smiling broadly for the camera. They were ready.
Yeah. Oh, man. Silver Dollar City, also, speaking of Christmas, is once again nominated for the 2023 Best Theme Park Holiday by USA Today. It's part of the Reader's Choice Awards, and SDC has won that 5 times. That's amazing. You can vote at silverdollarcity.com/vote from now through November 29th. And Silver Dollar City's An Old Time Christmas is up and ready to go. It features 6.5 million lights.
Yeah, I honestly don't believe how any other theme park can win that. I mean, that seems like it is Silver Dollar City's. Maybe Dolly would, but it's the same company. So maybe Dollywood has won in the past. I don't know who else could beat them, honestly, because they do such a good job at Christmas. That's a lot of lights. 6.5
We don't have
million
season
lights.
passes, but I hope that you'll take us and the kids this year.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it's warm out, perhaps.
Yeah. My niece went last night. So Sunday night.
Yeah, that was nice
Nice
and
weather.
warm.
Yeah.
And the first
So fun
weekend of it.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our house is all Christmased out. Kids got all the stuff out. I helped put on a wreath over the fireplace. That was about the extent of all I did, other than say,
Yeah.
put that stuff away. Let's put it back.
Well,
Not
and I
the
went
Christmas
to
stuff, but the
I
boxes.
spoke at this church in Willow Springs not that long ago, and they gave me the cutest Thanksgiving centerpiece, like this Thanksgiving, I don't know, it's just a centerpiece. It's like this long thing that goes so perfectly on our table. And it was only out for like a week, and now it's gone because it's Christmas.
Yeah, they bumped it.
They bumped it. And it was the
That's
coolest.
I took your mom while you were speaking at church yesterday, I took your mom to church with us, and
Did
the
she
kids
lecture
told her,
them?
huh?
Did my mother lecture the children?
She wasn't happy that they skipped over
I
Thanksgiving.
knew it. I
The
knew it. I knew that
Thanksgiving.
she would not be happy about that. She does not
Yeah.
believe in decorating for Christmas until the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and they went back and forth in the car because Caroline argued, or Ainsley, I think, argued that well, then we're only going to have 3, maybe 4 weeks of having Christmas stuff up, and she said that's enough, but she sounded kind of like a Scrooge. I'll be honest.
My mom did. She's very my mom decorates for every single holiday. Or she has a wreath at least. At least she has a wreath for every single holiday and it's like on a schedule. It's a very rigid schedule, but she's
Very
good.
proper.
She's good at that sort of thing. So, it's her deal and I say go for it.
Well, she's very disappointed with the way that we are raising our children. So
Well, if she only knew. They did it while I was sleeping. And it was like,
doesn't make it right.
"Surprise," when
It
I
doesn't
wake up.
make it right.
So, yeah. All right. Have a great Monday. Thanks so much for joining us. And also, I forgot before you go, we are hoping that you will rate the podcast because that is helpful. So if you go to the bottom of the Around the Ozarks in 5 landing page, you can rate and review the podcast. And so that's
That
cool.
seems dangerous.
Why?
I like the lady, but I don't care for that guy so much. That's what I'm expecting to hear.
That's funny. No, you're the funny one. You're the funny one. You'll get good reviews. But yeah, rate it, review it, share it. So anyway, we've been around just over a year, and so
Yeah.
we need to do all the stuff, all the things like rating and reviewing. So we hope that you will go to aroundtheozarks.com, scroll to the bottom, and do that for us.
Yep, do that. Don't forget
Please and
about
thank you. Yeah.
Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather. It's supposed to be a pretty nice week, so check it out.
And Scott Puryear with sports. So there you go. Very cool.
It works.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.